Good morning, everyone. We welcome you all at the second day of our second international conference on thermal engineering and management advances, ICTEMA 2022. Today, our keynote speaker, Professor George, has informed us that he cannot join because at this time, around 2 p.m. of the night, and due to very low, bad conditions, he cannot join us. So, today, Professor Pranab Kumar Dan from IIT Kharagpur will deliver us the keynote speech now. We'll welcome we welcome Professor Dan Pranab Kumar Dan from IIT Kharagpur. Good morning, sir. What did you say? Owner problem.
Very good morning to you all.
Yes,
Actually,
sir.
I was trying to join, but it was, you know, showing that someone would let you join, kind of a thing. So I was about to call you. So yeah. Anyhow, now I think I am audible.
Yes, yes, sir. Very
Okay,
much audible, sir. Thank you.
okay, okay. So can we start or something? Or
Please, you start, sir. Please.
okay,
Thank
okay.
you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm just uh, putting on my this PPT. Uh, Let it continue in the meantime. Um,
No problem,
yeah,
sir. Please.
yeah, yeah. So just one moment. Where has it gone? Well, am I still in the meeting? You can see me?
Yes, yes. Yes, sir. We can see.
Okay,
We can see
okay,
you,
okay. Yeah, yeah. Yes.
but your
Fine, fine.
PPT is not.
No. PPTs I'm yet to upload. So
Okay, 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 okay.
yeah. So all right. So um I would first of all would like to thank Professor Kundu and his team and at Jalpaiguri Engineering College and the organizers of ICTEMA 2022 for kindly giving me this opportunity to come and talk with you. And mm, definitely, I also am looking forward to have some interaction with you, the faculty members, scholars, and all. Um, I just would make a uh, brief preamble before I put on my PPT. Um, yes, of course, this mm, conference covers several aspects of mechanical engineering, and I just would like to add one thing that now, if we uh, look at the national priority, then uh, I hope you all would agree, my friends, that um, the Make in India or Startup India or overall the Atmanirbhar India, Atmanirbhar Bharat, or self-reliant India is a goal. It's a national goal. Uh, but I would certainly also like to touch that. Um, I would like to touch upon the fact that though we are focusing on the uh, need of the country, or brother, I would say that the emerging economy issues, but at the same time, let me tell you, this one thing is a global issue now, and it has been majorly highlighted during this COVID, when in the developed countries also we found that many mm, people could not be uh, treated, and some of the developed countries, even like say for Italy, we were a bit scared to even hear that some of the patients um, were allowed to um, remain as it is there. If they survive by luck, they will; otherwise, they are gone. Which is very not only pathetic but also alarming. And as we heard that in many cases it is the due to the shortage of simple things, simple in the sense that in its simple form, in a simple variant, could have saved their lives. For example, say we talk about ventilators. I'm just giving one example. I will not go into multiple examples here. um, that ventilators now, a full scale ventilator, etc., is quite expensive, and naturally, be it Italy or anywhere, it cannot be that unlimited number of ventilators will be available, and that's not possible also. Then people were actually looking for some kind of a alternative solution, affordable solution, frugal solution, somehow, which would be able to pump in um, oxygen, uh, as that was a critical thing, that was a critical need at that point in time. It didn't require a full scale ventilator as we see in the standard form, but then a frugal variant with this ambu bag uh, would be good enough. And I hope you all know that there are companies thereafter have started developing this um, low cost ventilator, frugal ventilator, and all. In fact, you have heard about vaccination, etc. So low cost vaccine, etc., all were the need and requirement. Um, now, therefore, one of the major engineering focus now is in developing affordable products, or what we call frugal products, which is based on frugal design. So, what is frugal? Okay, we'll talk about that. So, ladies and gentlemen, today that's why I have chosen a topic to deal with, because with a national priority, and I will show you why it is not only a national priority; it's a world priority. I have already given example of European countries. I have given example of Italy, so you can understand that what I'll be discussing today, though you may say that it is more focused on uh, emerging market. Reason being, because when you are doing product engineering, be it from mechanical engineering department, mechanical engineering discipline, or interdisciplinary areas, one thing is important when we are talking about a product: it needs to have the requisite market. Otherwise, this product will not exist and stand. Something is easy to build, but then it is not easy to sell it in the market. So there should be a willing customer who is ready to pay for it. Um, all right. First, what I'll do is, although let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, that I would be not uncomfortable if you ask question during the presentation also. But okay, as I think that it may be that once I am done with the presentation, then you may ask certain questions, and we would be happy to interact. But I understand that time also is quite limited, so I perhaps will not be touching all the details, but then I will show you, I mean, give you the basics where you can understand how the design in today's context, the design as a mechanical engineer we studied, and everybody has started like this machine design, design of systems, and all that. But now, one thing I would like to tell you that many things have become interdisciplinary. From when we started mechanical engineering, we knew, obviously, like all of you, that the automotive is basically is a mechanical product. But as we see it now, it is a very much interdisciplinary product. And maybe if we look at 10 years ahead, then it would be largely with the electrical issues. So just see that a core, a product for which mechanical engineers uh, had a great focus, but that focus is changing. So similarly, the affordability issue has come in a way that it is also changing. Reason being, um, what I do is I will quickly pass through certain slides, but I would generally like to just be in the talking and interactive mode. So much um, not is required from the slides per se, but then I would show you some slides so that certain important points that I also don't miss by any chance. That's all. So I am now putting on the uh, my presentation, but I have to be mindful about time. So, Professor Kundu, I believe your next session is starting at 10:30, right? Is that right? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I
Yes, sir.
have another say about 15 minutes, right? So
Yes.
wow, okay, fine, fine, fine. What therefore I would focus on those areas. Okay, I hope you now can see you can see my screen now, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay,
You
good.
can take your time, sir. No boundary, no limit of time, sir.
No, but your this thing is starting. Then please let me know how
No
long. I
problem, sir.
mean,
No
can
problem.
I?
No problem, sir. No problem. You can take your time, sir. We will manage.
Uh,
No problem.
Acha, okay. I mean, if you think so, then I will perhaps take a little more time because as I saw your schedule, so I thought that okay, half an hour I have to schedule, but if I get a little more, that would be greater. That would be better. Fine. So here we will be talking about frugal design and engineering, which is a paradigm, an emerging paradigm for product innovation. It is not only in our country, but it's all over the world. In fact, why is all over the world? Frugal engineering, which is based on affordability. That means cost would be drastically reduced. One question you may ask at this starting point: Am I talking of something that is to have a magic wand that I wish that the cost will go down and cost will go down? Will it happen in that fashion? No, it will not. So what is the frugal concept? Frugal concept is, I'll tell you, there are cars which has a speed uh, capability of 260 km per hour. The question is, does anybody run a car at 260 km per hour? But there is a model, there is a variant, and we pay for it to buy. Now, if 100 or 120 kmph is the speed, or 150 is the speed, maximum speed, that should be good enough. And if the basic design starts from there, that many features, therefore, which is over designed now, may be done away with. Or therefore, what we may say, the supererogatory features or over engineered features may be removed. So, what are we saying? We are saying that focus on core functionalities. On the left, I will not discuss it now, but that I am showing there are two um, images of two cars. I am sure that I don't have to tell you which car they are, but then the yellow one that you all know, it is Nano, and the blue one above it is Quid of Renault. So why the images of these two cars? What they're here for? Now, all right. Now I'll proceed. And on the right, you find that the Frugal is in the medical technology area. So how these are, um, being made cost effective, we will discuss that. And interestingly, the major players today in the field, though it is required for um, the emerging economy countries where 5 billion customers live, actually are organized by or are by developed by the world class companies like say Siemens, like say G, like say Renault, like say Samsung, like say LG, like say Bosch, name it, and they are there. Therefore, this is a market, large market, and those world-class companies have come out to exploit this. All right. So I would quickly go through that presentation now so that you understand what they are. Now, I have already told you that I will not spend much time on this. Just to tell you is that uh, the emerging economy countries or the developing countries, which are, say, for example, India, China, Brazil, Mexico, mm, South Africa, other countries of the Southeast Asia, Latin American countries, other than Brazil also, and uh, a section of population in uh, the US or Europe, that is in the Western world, and that constitutes a customer base of 5 billion in a world of 7.8 billion population, out of which 1.4 is India. Now, so far we have heard that innovation happens in the first world countries, the Western countries, the developed countries. And from there, the innovation trickles down to countries like us, okay, to the economy like us, which is the the standard form or normal form of innovation. Now, there is a thing being called is called a reverse innovation. That means something that will be uh, innovated, innovated here, designed and innovated here, and not only for the Indian market, they would also find market in the Western countries, like say US, like say Europe, and other rich countries. So the standard model, the conventional model is trickle down of innovation from developed country to developing country. The present model is talking about out of some part of frugal engineering. Not all frugal engineering becomes reverse innovation. I will talk about that. Um, from trickle down to trickle up. So trickle up means that from the emerging economy to the developed economy. So that is what our main target is, that we should be self reliant with our own products, which largely, as in one way, based on this paradigm, is to be done with an affordable engineering embedding and with a frugal concept. Now, I hope I have been able to make the introduction or preamble, you may say, on this. Now, I'll quickly pass through this. It is a reverse innovation model that uh, which is reverse innovation happens out of frugal innovation. Not all frugal innovations become a reverse innovation, but reverse innovation happens if it is possible to be sent to developed countries, developed markets. It is reverse innovation, and frugal innovation happens due to the combination of two things: the frugal engineering, that's the engineering process, and need based ideation, that is the need, local need. What is the local need? And here you see the macro and micro. Macro is the region of national level economy, and micro is the individual level economy. So in that happens both in the that exists both in the uh, uh, emerging economic countries as well as developed countries. So this is a model. uh, I just want in a glimpse would like to tell you that it is not only India we are talking about, and not only at IIT Kharagpur we are setting up schools, division centers on innovation, entrepreneurship, and all. But there are other top-rated universities in the world, starting from Stanford, MIT, Harvard. I just put few names for you to understand how, in recent times, this innovation and also entrepreneurship is gaining some focus. So, India started late, but I hope that India will leapfrog to catch up with the developed world. And that is the purpose of this discussion today. So, what I'll do is I would quickly move on to this. I have said that the innovation, though the executives feel is very important, but not all of that is mm, done very adequately. So there is a gap. Um, I would like to focus that if the students even, I mean, sometimes the students ask. I don't know how many of you are here, faculty members, but if they are there, and students themselves ask. So it is required for everybody that people feel that okay, um, that if we do innovation or if we do hands-on thing there, what is our career prospect. Here I will tell you that this entrepreneurship, that means entrepreneurial or innovative activities within organization, are gaining momentum, and it is a proof of gaining momentum that there is an institute on entrepreneurship, and they publish magazines. Now my point is to show you the three bubbles. One is that entrepreneurs who start their own business. Another is entrepreneurs, which is within the company but doing entrepreneurial thing. I mean, entrepreneurs take less risk, but entrepreneurs takes a bit more risk. But the common intersection is both are leaders and innovators. So if the students or scholars or faculty members, whoever they are, is focusing on that, then that is, I mean, particularly for students, they can get placement, good placement in the corporate sector as well with this kind of capability and skill and competence. Well, this is the reverse innovation. People are talking about it. Acha, just I would like to tell you, when I'm referring to the term called frugal engineering, it must be of great pleasure for all of you, most of you, if there is a person from abroad joining this, also would be of his great or her great interest to know that the term frugal engineering was coined by Carlos Ghosn, the CEO of uh, Renault Nissan, the Franco-Japanese company, who termed frugal engineering inspired by the design approach of Tata Nano. So it has an Indian genesis, and that's why I gave the images of Tata Nano. And though Tata Nano didn't catch the market, didn't get into the market, but the idea has not died. Based on that idea, that Renault moved forward and created products like Sequid, which in the first slide I show with the blue color, the car with the blue color, and they are also like Nano. It has a single wiper. Like Nano, it has three lock nuts at the tire, and so though Nano didn't catch up well because of some other reasons, but that idea is moving forward and moving forward in multiple directions. It's not only in automotive, it is in medical, it is everywhere. Well, here I have already told you the population, but here the market size is 6 trillion of the frugal products. 6 trillion US dollar. Okay. So how this frugal will happen? Basically focus on the core functionalities. Not all features are required, only the essential features if we can have in a product that serves the purpose and that enhances the value. Value is basically what? Value is the utility or function of the product divided by the cost. Now, if by removing the feature, if we can reduce the cost, then the value goes up. And so these are the pointers already we have got. So I've just um, kept it in one place. So here we would know that from here what our next journey would be. May not be in this session, but frugal design and thinking and engineering design innovation or engineering design process. These are the two areas where today engineers, mechanical and all other engineers in general, because boundary of the disciplines are blurring now. So they would they should focus on this. Now I will not go into theory. I would quickly go to certain examples and close, and thereafter if you have questions. So I would show you, this is a frugally developed product by General Electric. That is the mm, echocardiogram machine, electrocardiogram machine. And here on the left was the standard version, and on the right it is the frugal version, which has been developed in India by of course, and that's back 400, and which doesn't require a major expertise. So much so, the printer for the echocardiogram is not a computer like the standard model. It is uh, just a printer of bus tickets that can print. So, mm, so this is the one example of frugality, how it has been brought down to the scale, but it still serves its purpose. And not only that, it is not and cost is 1/10. The the cost is 1/10, where the original cost is I'm in a meeting. Hello. Ah, so I'm in a so $10,000, and the other one is 1/10 of the cost, $1,000. So with that, the feature has been brought in. Um, it is by General Electric, the one of the giant companies in the world. And now, interestingly, this product is now being used in the Western countries, where for health center, where some quick emergency situation, this is used. But then when they are moved to the higher medical centers, then the standard ones are used. But then this is also used there in the developed countries. This is an example from China, which is also interesting, that they actually have thrown out Philips from the race, which is a X-ray machine that they have developed. In fact, uh, they actually used a technology which they had for some other thing in their aeronautical division, but then they brought that and created a system that made two things, uh, because their prices was uh, so low that that GE had to cut its price, and Philips had to leave the particular portfolio domain. And this X-ray, and but one thing, this X-ray is, say, for the chest X-ray, they have developed. But the point is that chest X-ray is one of the largest number of X-rays that is done. So instead of creating a variety an X-ray machine which can do variety of things, which is a standard innovation or standard design, is this particular thing as is only for the chest X-ray. But since chest X-ray is the largest number of X-rays to be conducted, and that market was a niche market, and that became a product. This is another example of our CMRI, Central Mechanical Engineering Research Institute, who has developed a tractor at a very low cost, which is called Krishi Shakti, that is um, nearly 2 lakhs of rupees, when the standard variants are much higher. So mm, that is uh, for the uh, used for harvesting and other agricultural purpose, transportation, farming. This I will not discuss much. It is a photo of Nano, which is the central, because from here the term frugal engineering was created, and it was done frugally. Only thing why it didn't catch up, another thing that's a great learning for us engineers, that even if we produce cheap products, cheap, I am using the term cheap products, it should not appear to be cheap, or it should not be mentioned primarily that because it is a cheap product. Because here what happened, when people were riding a two-wheeler, they were fine, but when they bought this car, they were known as is the car became known as a poor man's car. So the projection was wrong, and had that not been the case, perhaps it would have a great market. Anyhow, we will move forward to the other examples of Siemens, the X-ray machine that they have done without needing any structural um, prerequisite, that they can make it floor mount, and therefore the cost has become extraordinarily low, really one third. And it is interesting to note that Siemens has created a portfolio which is known as the smart portfolio, which means simple, maintenance friendly, affordable, reliable, and timely to market. Smart products are about 50% cheaper. So, and you see that it has a market of 200 US billion dollar only for the smart portfolio of Siemens. I think I should stop here, because the time and would therefore Professor Kundu, would it be fair if I stop here? Professor Kundu, hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'll stop here.
Okay.
Um, but what I'll do is I'll just close today's discussion. Okay, this is a frugal robot that we have developed. I mean, our BTP students that BTP project. One of the students developed this frugally developed robots, which is now in use at in a hospital, COVID hospital at Jharkhand. There are two such robots, Dhanantari and Savitri. Savitri is for sanitation, Dhanantari is for um, uh, or say supplying medicine and taking temperature and carrying certain prescriptions and papers with both are touchless, touch free. And I would close today's discussion with this slide, which is called uh, Frugal Mom. ISRO in India has created the 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 Mars orbiting mission, or called MOM, which is the other name is Mangalayan, which was created based on the frugal approach. That is, instead of the Maven, on the contrary of NASA, were 10 times costlier than this uh, spacecraft. The thing is that the in Maven it was a slingshot just from Mars, so from Earth to Mars directly. But here, because it had to optimize the use of fuel and reduce the cost, what it did was to took some time, about a month's time, to orbit or around the Earth and then gain the necessary energy to slingshot to Mars. And that's how it could reduce the cost. And though it has reduced the cost, but its quality is excellent because it has not compromised with cost. Always remember, frugal doesn't mean cheap, it means low cost but good performance. Uh, so here, what they did is, and the quality is so good that it was originally developed for planned for 6 months, but right now, as we speak here in this conference, it is still up there and orbiting around Mars. And as it is, the information that it will orbit some more time to come. Thank you. Now I'm pulling down my slide if there is any question. Um, I think we are back in the meeting.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay, okay. I think I mean with some little more time, but finally we have come to. Is there any question from any participant? Rob? Yes,
Is there
Professor
any
Hossein.
query?
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Professor Hossein, I think you're about to say something. I find Professor Hossein. Okay, somebody else said. Okay. Any question from any participant?
No, sir. I think no.
Okay, okay,
Okay,
okay,
sir. Okay, sir.
okay. Thank you so much.
Thank
Thank you
you,
very,
sir.
very
Thank
much.
you very much.
Uh,
Thank you, sir.
okay.
So, Professor Dan from IIT Kharagpur, he ended his wonderful lecture. Thank you very much, sir.
It's my
So,
pleasure. It's my
okay, sir. Okay, so this is the end of our this plenary speech session. As Professor George from USA cannot join us because of the time at night there and some weather conditions. He cannot connect properly for internet conditions. So he talked to us that he may join around 4 p.m. later. So uh, that is the end of this session. Now we will go to our technical sessions. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you for joining us.
So, Professor Kundu, I'm leaving the meeting.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Please,
Thank
you
you
can.
all
You
once
can.
again. Thank you all
Thank
once
you,
again.
everyone, for joining us. Now we leave this session. We will meet in the validity session around 2 p.m. Thank you. We will request you, please join us at that time. Thank you. Thank you very much.